Jaden Hardy is currently the top ranked guard in the 2021 class, and you can make an argument that he's the most skilled player offensively in high school basketball. The 6'5 shooting guard holds offers from several high major Division I programs, and while it's still early in his basketball career, Jaden has the potential to be a future one and done prospect. Jaden was named the 2020 Gatorade Player of the Year in the state of Nevada, averaging 30 points, 9 rebounds, and 8 assists per game as a junior. Jaden is at his best putting the ball in the basket, but he's far from a one-dimensional player. He can essentially do it all on the court, whether it's creating for others or being disruptive on defense. Even though he's only a junior, you'd be hard-pressed to find too many guards who can dominate the game like Jaden can. But let's take a closer look at Jaden's game in this breakdown, analyzing the things that make him such a special player, while also examining what he needs to improve on going forward. Jaden's skill set offensively is highly advanced for a 17-year-old, and he really shines as a perimeter scorer. He's an extremely confident player that won't hesitate to pull it from NBA range, or really just about anywhere on the floor. Off the dribble, Jaden is arguably the best one-on-one shot creator that I've seen from a guard prospect. The way he's able to create separation using a variety of step backs, snatch dribbles, and hesitation moves while always remaining unbalanced is very impressive. I've seen coaches throw 2, sometimes 3 defenders at Jaden, but that sometimes didn't even work when he's really in a groove from 3-point range. Jaden is also very comfortable shooting coming off ball screens. He'll really make you pay as a defender if you decide to go under the screen or if you're not able to react fast enough when hedging. He rises up quickly on jump shots, and his shooting release is very quick off the dribble and off the catch, despite the slight hitch that he has in his shooting motion. Now, Jaden is most definitely a high volume shooter, but he proved last summer on the EYBL circuit that he can be efficient, shooting an impressive 37% from 3-point range. He occasionally struggles with streakiness, but overall, Jaden is one of the better perimeter scorers in the country. Not only is Jaden an elite perimeter scorer, but he's also tough to contain attacking off the dribble. One-on-one, Jaden is a physical guard that uses his body well to keep defenders on his hip and to also absorb contact in the paint. He's a good ball handler with great footwork. He really excels at using stop-and-go moves and change of direction dribbles to get by defenders. He handles the ball well enough to consistently split ball screens, and I like how he reacts to the defense when he gets in the lane, frequently using spin moves and pro hops to get in positions to score. Even though he's a good athlete that's capable of playing above the rim, Jaden finishes at the hoop with a lot of finesse with either his left or right hand. What really stands out about Jaden slashing is that he's always poised and under control when he's getting to the basket. Jaden's ability to put the ball on the floor and get to the basket to go along with his perimeter scoring make him the ultimate offensive package. But even though Jaden has a score-first mindset, he also has a lot of potential as a playmaker. Naturally, he draws the most attention from defenders because of his scoring ability, and Jaden is getting better at keeping his head up when creating off the dribble and then finding the open man. He really is a good passer that's capable of playing unselfish basketball, which is clear from the 8 assists per game he averaged his junior year. The next step for Jaden to improve as a playmaker is cutting down on the turnovers, but I still like the potential he has when it comes to creating for others. So Jaden has really good size, length, and athleticism for a guard prospect, which allows him to rebound well for his position and to also defend bigger guards and wings on the perimeter. He's not a lockdown defender, but he has good lateral quickness and an impressive 6'9" wingspan that can make it difficult for other guards to get their shots off. I like his nose for the ball when crashing the boards. Majority of the time, Jaden has a high motor when it comes to getting rebounds. Defensively, he'll need to work on not taking plays off, but he has the tools to be a solid defender. Motivation is really the only thing holding him back. Jaden's decision-making when creating offense will need to improve as he continues to develop. Sometimes his confidence as a shooter can get the best of him, which leads to him jacking up some pretty unnecessary shots. During a game, Jaden has his moments where he'll force some shots with a lot of defensive pressure. He'll shoot a quick contested 3 as soon as he crosses half court, or he'll put his head down and attempt to bully his way to the basket when there's really nowhere to go. I love his confidence as a scorer, but these moments of tunnel vision not only lead to low percentage shots, but they can also hurt the team morale, especially when you repeatedly force the issue instead of giving the ball up to the open man. Jaden's decision making as a lead guard will need to improve as well. I like his potential as a facilitator, but I think the 8 assists per game he averaged his junior year were a little inflated because he orchestrated the offense 90% of the time. On the EYBL circuit, where he played with elite talent, Jaden only averaged a little over 2 assists per game to go along with 2 turnovers per game. He's listed as a combo guard on some recruiting sites, but I believe Jaden is more comfortable playing a scoring role rather than being a facilitator. This isn't a big deal since he's such a great scorer, but it wouldn't hurt him to improve on not forcing passes or over dribbling to help cut down on the turnovers. I would also like to see Jaden become more consistent and disciplined as a defender. He has the tools to be great on defense, but he can be lazy at times, whether it be reaching in too much versus ball handlers, not closing out on shooters, or losing track of his man when playing help defense. Good coaching at the next level should make this an easy fix, but Jaden's going to have to find motivation himself to become a lockdown defender. Lastly, Jaden is a really good slasher at the high school level, but he occasionally has a tough time finishing over length in the paint. He's an above average athlete, but he's not super explosive at the rim compared to other guards in his class. Now, Jaden is still an elite scorer at this level, but I think he's going to have to rely on his craftiness and soft touch around the rim more often to finish over the bigs at the college and NBA level. Well, here's my verdict. Jaden is easily the best guard prospect in the 2021 class, and he's also one of the best overall prospects in high school basketball. He's a scoring machine that can get a bucket on all 3 levels with relative ease. It's common for young scoring guards to struggle with consistency, but this isn't the case for Jaden. He might be the most efficient high-volume scorer in high school basketball. And as talented of a scorer that Jaden is, he still makes his presence felt in other areas of the game, such as rebounding, on the defensive end, and creating for others. Going forward, I would like to see Jaden cut down on some of the shots that he takes and start to focus more on improving as a playmaker. He has a lot of potential in this area, and I think his ceiling will be that much higher if he makes more of a conscious effort to make others better. And I would also like to see Jaden become more disciplined on the defensive end. He has the tools to be a very good two-way player, but it's really up to him if he wants to take his game to that next level and lock up. Regardless, Jaden is hands down a one-and-done talent, and if he continues to put in the work, then I could see a long career in the NBA in Jaden's future.